Sorry it's been a little while. I just have not felt good lately. My tegaderm is, I think I'm allergic to it. I broke out. I have some sterile things, and I put some Desitin along the outside, and then now I've got another tegaderm over all of that because my skin was getting very, very raw. I don't even know what my next step is going to be. I have been looking it up online, and so I just don't know. I did go to the doctor. I think I told you guys on a medical update Monday. She moved my stimulator up to 10.5. She said the movement that I'm feeling and can see is normal. She said for some people when they eat, it starts getting active, and that they can feel that and see it. And I said, well, mine's when I haven't eaten. And she said, well, that's normal too. She said, it just depends on the person. I'm like, okay. I have been getting full really, really quickly. My stomach just feels like it could just pop. I've been getting some abdominal pain over the last few weeks. It's getting worse. I went into the bathroom because my bag needed to be emptied. It was more air than anything, and my abdomen was already cramping up. And some of it could have been my bag wasn't completely full, and it wasn't completely full of air, but it could have been, maybe some air went back up into my intestines. But right now the pain is starting to spike. If it gets too bad, I do have some Percocets left from my surgery in July, but like always, I'll just cut it in half because it's 10 milligrams. I'll just cut it in half and take a half one. But I always try not to take it. I always try with the Flexeril and ibuprofen, even though I have a clotting disorder and I take medication for that. Yeah, I haven't felt good lately, and I have gotten out on days that I felt okay, not necessarily my best. I've kind of gotten over the fact that, sometimes people see me out and I post that I'm out, or I vlog while I'm out, and that, I'm feeling decent those days. Well, I go out on the days that I feel good, and that's when you see it, or days that I have to go to the doctor, and you see those days, or even, I feel really good, and I'm taking advantage of the day, because I don't always get those days, And I've learned to quit feeling guilty for those days that I do take advantage of it. Because, you know, those days don't happen a lot. And so for now, you know, today I don't feel good. I didn't feel good yesterday. And so, you know, my husband's sick. He don't want anything to eat. I definitely don't want anything to eat. You know, I take bites of food, I waste it, and so it's just like, oh, you don't want to eat, I don't want to eat, and that's fine with me. You know, he's gonna be going out of town, and while he's gone, I don't have to cook, and I just probably be just like I was whenever I was single. Probably won't even eat, so maybe I'll lose some weight while he's gone. But, you know, I have had to call doctors and cancel my doctor's appointments because of my Crohn's or gastroparesis. I have had to call and tell them I'm going to be running late because my bag decided to bust, and it got all over the place, and it was just a whole lot easier just to jump back in the shower and cleaning it off, and I would be a little bit late. And you know, sometimes they can work around me on that, and sometimes they can't. And you know, they know what's going on with me. My doctors call me a complicated case. Maybe I'm a complicated person too. Who knows? I just, you know, sometimes you just feel like you've just been ran through the ringer, and you know, I get cold and I put my heating blanket on me, then I get hot, and then my stomach starts hurting, or actually my abdomen starts cramping, and then I put my heating pad on it, then I get hot flashes, and you know, it's just not very fun. And so I just don't know. It's just, you know, just one of those days. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I don't know. It's what, 7:30? It's too early to take mine. Take my night meds, but I don't like taking medicine. I take my medicine that I have to take, and I swear to God, I take more medicine than some of my little old residents. I hate to see what it's gonna look like whenever I get old. If I'm already taking 15 pills, can you imagine what I will be taking when I get old? And that's not including IV medication. So it's crazy. You know, nobody ever thinks, wow, they're a kid, a teenager, a young adult, having their first child, having their second child, that they would become very sick like this. That, you know, your doctors come out to your husband, oh, she's fine, she came through the surgery great, you'll get to see her in a few minutes, and then to find out that you had to be given 8 units of blood, and you died on the table, and they had to rush around and get a central line in you, and while they were trying to get a central line in you, they were running up and down your arms trying to find a vein, and then I was back there for like 5 more hours, and my poor husband didn't even know what was going on. And, I see that now when I'm watching TV and stuff, and hearing people's stories that happens quite often. So, after that was my last huge surgery, and, I asked to see the chaplain. I felt like that was it. I was not going to be around anymore. That surgery was, and then after being in there a month, I came home, wasn't home 8 days, went back in with bacteria infection in my blood. I wasn't getting better, I was getting worse, and I had already, I had already made my, I wasn't scared to die. I had made all my amends with those I wanted to make amends with, and I felt like I had a good relationship with God. I am not perfect by no means, and but I believe in God, and I pray to Him, and yeah, and that's how bad that one got. Yeah, it was bad. And then when I went back in December, I had a blood clot on my lung. And I was there for just over 2 weeks. I had gotten released 2 weeks, or just less than 2 weeks before Christmas. And I do not like going to hospitals. I'm in the hospital at least 1 or 2 times a year, and I'm trying to get this insurance. It's a hospital indemnity policy, and you have to be out of the hospital for at least a year, and it doesn't seem like I can get past or near that year, and I just get right at it, and yeah, I can't get it, and it would help us if I could get that hospital indemnity policy. God, you don't know how many times I used that hospital indemnity policy when I had it through work. I mean, that I was insurance poor. I mean, let me tell you, I paid with my hospital indemnity. I had a cancer policy. I had short-term disability. I had all kinds of insurance. And if I had a colonoscopy, the cancer insurance, and then this other insurance paid me. And mammograms, all of that. I got paid through the cancer policy and this other. So they paid me to go get all these screenings done. And okay, you're talking to a Crohn's patient that was getting like 6 or 7 colonoscopies a year. And then I had the hospital indemnity policy that paid me $1,000 each time I was in the hospital. And when you are on your short-term disability, you don't get a whole lot of your pay, because only a certain amount, a certain percentage of what you make And so each time I was in the hospital, that was really handy. Then, I don't know, you know, it was just really nice that I had, you know, all this insurance. And actually, my long-term disability is still paying for my life insurance policy that I have with them. I paid for 2 additional ones on myself, and they are a pretty good chunk of money, and I got those for my children. And so something happens to me, I have one for Ed, and then the 2 for my children. Something happens to me, as long as I'm deemed disabled, Lincoln will continue to pay for that life insurance policy, and or those life insurance policies that I had and was paying for while I was working. And you know, the company I worked for, they were so great. I mean, I miss working for them. I really loved working for them. They were a good company, and they were good people. They helped me twice, all at the same time. What did they do? They did something the first time, and then, I can't remember. They did something, and I can't remember what it was. And then the second time, what we did was we had a fund set up through the employees. You pay into it, and if something happens to you, if you need help, you can go to corporate and ask for help. And I didn't even have to ask. They had, the first time, they had sent me some money or something. They gathered money, I don't know. They did something really nice the first time. Second time, yeah, it was really, really bad. And I called corporate and I asked them to help me. And any help, I didn't care, just any help I'd be very, very thankful for. And so they said, well, you give us all of your past due medical bills. All of them. I did. They went back, and I guess they got a hold of the doctor's offices, because I guess some of them went to a collection agency, but the ones in a collection agency I was making payments on. And so they paid out like $1,500 on my medical bills, and that was really sweet of them. And they have been nothing but nice to me. When I went back to work for them, I came into work. They were on like a lockdown, because everybody had, I can't remember, I had the flu, I had the stomach virus, I don't know, everybody had something. And so I came in, and they sent me right back home with pay, because my immune system just, I hadn't been at work a week, and I had gotten a virus, and I was really, really sick, and I was running like high temperatures and everything, and that's not me. I don't run temperatures, and I don't run fevers, and so they sent me home. Then I had such a hard time getting rid of C. diff, so I got C. diff again. And it was making it very, very hard for me to do my job. I was staying dehydrated, and I was like, look, I can't work around anybody that has C. diff. I mean, you know, it took me forever to get rid of it. And I said, I can't put myself in that position again because, you know, my immune system is shot. So there were several times, you know, they had to move me around, and, you know, and they worked with me very well. But then I had to have more surgeries, and so I did a medical retirement, and or medical leave, or a medical resignation. That's what, a medical resignation. And if I ever got to feeling better, I could always have my job back. And in which, you know, yeah, my health just got worse. So anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at. And, you know, I loved my job. I love taking care of people. My favorite is psychiatric, and geriatrics. I don't know. I wish I could go back. You know, the thing is it's not me as a person. I cannot be counted on to be at work every day or on time every day. And if I'm at work, I cannot be relied on because, you know, this just comes on without warning. It doesn't say, warning, warning, you know, you're going to get sick today. So, you know, I went to work. I loved work. My disease, it made it impossible. And I went back to work after I had the ileostomy, and I couldn't stay hydrated. And that was the big thing. I couldn't stay hydrated. And I couldn't keep drinks with me. And that's a violation. And so, you know, I'm up and down the halls. I am trying to stay hydrated. I am, you know, I have fluids coming out just as quickly as I'm drinking. And so now I'm on IV fluids. So I couldn't go back to work. 2, I can't because I already have 3 hernias. And I have gastroparesis, and I have a device that I should never say no to helping somebody that needs help. I should never say no to an aide who needs help pulling somebody up in the bed, help rolling them over, pulling them up in a chair, or none of that. There should never be a no, and it would be with me. And, you know, when somebody says no, they think, you know, all kinds of things, and that's not it. But I do know how they feel, and I do know how they react. And so, you know, I can't go back in my line of work. And my body just won't let me do what I want to do. You know, I would love to go just right down here to Target. Target's paying $11 an hour. I'd love to go to Target, you know, work a couple hours and come home. But even those couple hours, I might not be able to work it one day. And, that doesn't look good on you. So, I don't know. I just miss working. I miss having a set schedule. I miss having the routine. But anyway, that's life. So you guys have a good night. Bye.